Okay, one second. I gotta do something, and I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. Oh my God. I don't want you to think this parent somewhere. Okay, so give me a minute. Give me a minute. All right, hold on. I know I put it here somewhere. I see the, I see the, I see the thing, but I don't see the my eyelashes. I see the eyelash container, but I don't see the eyelash. Okay. Okay. Oh, where is? Okay, so turn this around. I'm trying to turn the camera. Okay, so turn the camera. Okay, I gotta end this because I'm trying to turn the camera and the camera's not turning around. I'm waiting for this thing here. I keep saying preparing, but it's I don't know what's wrong with it. Supposed to be sharing. These are the things that happen. Oh, it is. Okay. Okay. So I think I'm live. Saying I'm live. So welcome. Trying to get this. Oh, there you go. Saying I'm live. So sorry for the trouble, people. You know the hate is real. Trying to close my robe. Because, I don't want to show up the goods. So, let me see. Show you what it looks like. Somebody asked me just to see it. You can see it. There you go. I like my robes. Okay, you see it? So now I can start my conversation. Ow. I'm not trying to let the good show. I just had to do that for a customer. He was asking me about the road. So, to do a little modeling. I'm still trying to sell my furniture. So if you guys are interested, let me know. And I'm trying to bad reception. Trying to pack up everything, you know, to give it away. I sold a few stuff, but not quite all that I wanted to sell. But anyway, my name is Sugar. Welcome to Sugar Hits Live. And today's conversation is when you think you have a best friend, you don't. Anyway, I'll skip to the other one. I had this best friend, and we met when I was working temp, and she was working full time. She was, her job. I was working temp on her job, and we met. I was going to the bathroom one day, and I saw this picture on her desk, and because I recognized the person in the picture, it was a classmate of mine from high school. So I said, "Oh, you know him?" She said, "Oh, yeah, it's my boyfriend." Blah 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 blah. So then I asked her. I said, "Oh, so what did he do?" Because I think he was a basketball player, but he didn't get connected or selected or whatever. So, after high school and you meet people, what do you do? You said, "Oh, what do you ask?" You ask them, "What do they do?" So I asked her, I'm like, "Oh, so what is he up to? What did he do?" "Oh, taking care of me." So she got real slick with the mouth. I said, "Oh, no, nothing." I said, "No, me and him never really never had anything." I said, he was just a classmate of mine. I was on a cheerleading team, and he was one of the basketball players. If I'm remembering right, or either we just knew each other from school. So anyway, long story short, me and her started taking lunch together and getting to know each other, and we started being friends. So she dates a lot of Jamaican guys. Well, she dates Jamaican guys. So long story short, years later, we started going parties, we started hanging out, we started being real close, we started being best friends. So one day, another thing is, anytime me and my boyfriend, she went out with me and my boyfriend and his friends, my boyfriend always pays. But every time she goes out with a guy and she invites me, I have to pay. So I'm, because She never had to go. She never have to go in her pocket. Never had, because it's past tense. Never had to go in her pockets for anything. No, and I didn't have to push my boyfriends to do it neither. They just did it. And well, he just did it. We was friends for a long time, so it was two boyfriends. Um, Andre and Brian. So anytime we went anywhere, Andre or Brian would pay. Cause I lived with Brian. I lived with Andre for a while. Then me and him broke up, and then me and Brian started dating. So anyway, um, a lot of bad things happened to me with the people she brought in my life. You know, I really thought she was my best friend. I really did think she was my best friend. But as time went on, I realized she's not. But that was like years. That was like 20 years later. That was like 20 years later. I realized she's not really my friend. And because I was sitting down the other day, I'm like, you know, all these guys that she brought into my life was never good. You know, anybody she brought in my life wasn't good. And she brought this guy in my life. He was, it's either him or his father. I think it was him. He was the head. He was the head of the Shower Posse Jamaican group, the Jamaican gang in Jamaica. I didn't know that till years later. And I'm talking about years. I'm talking about um I just 5 years from now. You understand? 5 years before this. So anyway, we went to the movies one day, just me and her, and she told me she was meeting a friend. So I said, okay. So we went to the movies, we looked at the movie, and then we was in the promenade. I think she was talking to a couple of people she knew or whatever, and then all of a sudden, um, a guy appeared. They was talking, and then she introduced him to this other guy, and she said that she has to go somewhere for me to come with her. Of course, I'm coming with her. I'm all the way up in Queens to the movie theater. If anybody knows, was it Queens or Long Island? Anyway, there's a movie theater up in the mall. I think it's Long Island. The movie theater up in Long Island, and everybody used to go back in the 80s and 90s. So anyway, we left. We went to this guy's house. I didn't know that we was going to anybody's house. She said she had to go pick up something or whatever. So anyway, she told me to come in, and we went into the guy's house, all four of us, because her friend was there and the guy was there, because the two guys were friends or whatever. So I'm sitting in the living room because they was talking whatever they was talking. I don't know any of them. And the next thing I know, she walked past the door, and I said, "Oh, where you going? It's time for us to go." I said, "Oh, where you going? Is it time for us to go?" She said, "No, no, no. I'm just going outside to talk to my friend." So I said, "Oh, okay." And she just left me there. I said, "Okay, no problem." So I said, "Oh, she's just outside talking to the guy." So the next thing I know, this woman came and asked me if I wanted anything to drink or whatever, and I asked her if she had any soda or whatever because I was hungry and we were supposed to go get something. I was hungry and we were supposed to go get something to eat. Yeah, I was hungry and this thing is one of my things is stuck. I'm just fixing it. There you go. I don't have a bad connection, Yeah. And what happened to this one? My stuff is stopping because I'm in freeze mode. They got me in freeze mode, share. See, this is what happens when I leave all the lights on. These people tell the people what time I'm having my show and what time I'm having my show, so they pull their bullshit. Jealous people. Yeah, soon they're not gonna have no fucking lights. I knew I should have took off the lights before I started. Fucking jealous bitch. That's why you sleeping in your fucking car, bitch. That's why you and all the fucking other people's living under the fucking bridge. Because y'all so fucking evil. Talk to me. Tell me something wrong with the connection. It's telling me something is wrong with my connections. So I can't even have a whole show. You understand? So, see, because my customer want to see my robe. So I don't know where the other parts of the other show went. Oh, I'm just trying to charge my shit up. That's I would have been took. I would have been took this off. Yeah. Anyway, hi, welcome to. I have to do it again. Hi, welcome to Sugarheads Live. My name is Sugar, and every day, 12 o'clock, 12, 12 o'clock, you can find me here on Instagram Live. Sorry for the technical difficulties, people, but you know how that goes sometimes. The hate is alive. The hate is alive. So anyway, I was telling you a story about one of my friends that I thought that was my friend. I'm sorry, I gotta start this over. Because sometimes I can't pull stuff off of Instagram. You understand? I'll be trying so hard, so sometimes I have to do the two tapes and everything. So pardon me or whatever. Yeah. So every day 12 p.m. at there we go with the poor connection again. 12 p.m. Instagram. So anyway, I was talking about a friend of mine, and yeah, a friend of mine, Vanessa. Yeah, I'm gonna call her name. So anyway, she brings these guys into my life, and it always end up not to be good or whatever. So after a while, I'm like, I don't want to talk to none of your friends Because back in the 80s, you got a boyfriend, the boyfriend want to talk to the boyfriend friend want to talk to you, blah blah blah. Because that happened with me with her, and I'll tell you that story in a minute. So that happened with me and her, with her, because my boyfriend's friend wanted to meet her, but she didn't want to talk to him. So I don't want to talk to her friends, but I don't like her friends. She don't like mine. Yeah, I'm like, they treat you bad. Why would I want to talk to them? Or why would I want to be in their clique? Why would I want to talk to their friends? They lousy. For goddamn drug dealers, they sucked. And people used to be upset because I'm okay. You know what I'm gonna have to do? Um, because the hate is real and they're using my electricity. So I'm gonna just cut them off. Yeah, this is about the shower posse and the leader of the shower posse, him and his son. I tried one more time to see if um I tried one more time to see if I can get a one take, you know. But yeah, she introduced me to. See, they trying to get back the connections because somebody came and disconnected them from my shit. Me. I know people looking at me. I would go in their fucking house and start ripping up shit. You understand? But I'm not well, so I don't have strength to fight any of them because all this time they sitting in there watching me in my house. I would go in their house and rip shit up. You're not gonna keep sitting in your house watching me, and I know you're watching me, and the cops don't want to do nothing about it. You understand? I'll go in your fucking house and start ripping shit up. That's me. But I'm not well, and I know if I go into the house, I'm gonna have to fight. You understand? And then I'm gonna have to expect what I have to expect because I keep telling the cops these people are stalking me. They hooking up to my cameras and stuff like that, and they don't want to help me. You understand? So anyway, let's try this again. Hi, this is Sugar. I can't pause it. I don't know how to pause it. I don't because if I pause, I might stop it. And you're the only good tape I have. You understand? My eyes water a lot, so that's why I'm always thinking here. You know, making sure that my face is clean, my eyes is clean. Anyway, yeah. So I met my friend Vanessa, and she was I was walking past her desk. I saw a picture on the thing that I recognized, and that's how we started talking. She told me that was her boyfriend. I told her that was a classmate of mine in high school. We started a conversation. Long story short, we started taking lunch together and all that. And of course, she told him that she met one of his schoolmates and whatever. And I guess he told her I was cool, and nothing happened between us. He was dating. I think he was dating the head cheerleader or something at the time. I don't know. But anyway, um, yeah, she introduced me to the head of the shower posse. I guess she didn't know, that he was the head, but she knew he was part of some that drug gang. She knew because she used to sing she used to sing their praises. So anyway, we went to the movies, and me and her, and when we finished watching the movie, she saw somebody that she knew, this guy, and then she started talking to the guy, and then she came to me and she said she got to go somewhere. So for me to come with her, she drove, so I went. So we ended up at the guy she knew, but we ended up at his friend's house. So I don't know if those two guys was related. All I knew is that was his friend, and she said she had to go get something else or whatever. So anyway, I went over there and I went into the living room. They told me to go to the living room and have a sit. So I went into the living room and I sat down and she was talking to them outside or whatever. So then I saw her walk past the living room. I said, "Oh, you ready to go?" She said, "No, no, no. I'm just going outside to talk to my friend." So I said, "Oh, okay." So when your friend tells you that, you figure, okay, she's just outside talking to her friend right in front of the door or whatever. So the next thing I know, this lady came and asked me if I wanted something to drink, and I said yeah, and I said, "Do you have a can or something?" Because when I go places, I don't, you know, drink anything open, especially from people I don't know. Bottle, can, nothing. Even in a club, I'll be telling the bartender, "Let me open it." Because some of them they try to play slick and they crack it, but sometimes you don't know if it's cracked. It can look like they cracked it, but it can look like it's cracked, but it could have been open already. Because sometimes, they know that they want to drug somebody, so they put stuff in the drinks and then they close it to make it look like it hasn't been opened before. So for you young ladies, that's one of the tricks. Again, anyway, yeah, this because this line here is going directly to Jamaica. Yeah. So anyway, I'm just trying to. Anyway, I was in the living room sitting down because she told me she was coming right back, and like I said, I saw her and then she said she was going to the front just to talk to her friend. So I said, okay, no problem. So I'm there waiting, waiting, waiting. Then I think the sister came or the mother and asked the sister came and asked me if I wanted something to drink. I don't take open drinks from nobody, especially not in a club. I like to open stuff myself. You understand? And that's one of the ways I stayed safe. You understand? Because sometimes I look at my family and they look at me like, oh, she's a square or whatever the case. No, I lived in bad neighborhoods and I know the streets. So I know how to protect myself. So that's how I lived for a long time. I know the streets and how grimy people can be. But anyway, I I um I drank something or whatever and I opened it myself or whatever and she asked me if I wanted a cake or a cookie or something. And that was my mistake because I thought the even though I protected myself with the drink or whatever, I thought the cookies or whatever was safe because she did open it in front of me, but it wasn't. So anyway, I drank the soda and I ate the cookie because we just kind of movie. I was hungry, so I thought everything was good. And the next thing you know, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, and nothing. And then I wasn't feeling well all of a sudden, and then the mother came and she they was like, what's the matter? I said, I don't feel well. I said, I feel dizzy. She said, oh, you want to go lay down? I'm like, no, 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 my friend, just call my friend. Oh, your friend is not there. Your friend went to the store. I'm like, what? She said, yeah. But by that time, I think I was so woozy or whatever. Anyway, they put me somewhere to lay down. And the next thing you know, long story short, I was raped. And but before that, they locked the front door. They locked all the doors. I kept asking them what borough we was in. They wouldn't tell me. A simple question is like, "Oh, what borough is this? Or where is this? Is this Queens, Long Island, whatever?" They wouldn't tell me. They wouldn't tell me if it was Queens or Long Island or whatever. All I knew a while later, I was raped. by the guy that they met in the movie theater, you know. And she came back hours later, damn near in the morning, I think, because I was out. So when she came back, I was so pissed off, but I was thing woozy. So I don't know what he told her, but I didn't tell her anything in regards to me being raped, but he told her something, you know. He said something to her. Yeah, so the shower posse guy raped me. I didn't know who he was because I didn't even get his name, you know. And but then years later I was watching YouTube. Years later, years later, I was watching YouTube about some Jamaican gang getting a shootout in Jamaica with the police, and all kinds of stuff going on. And then pictures popped up, and that's when pictures popped up, and that's when I found out who raped me. You know, so his the father, I think, got burnt up in the cell or something, and the son, is he still alive, or he's still in jail or something? Yeah, I don't know what happened to the family, the mom and the sister who locked me in the house, but yeah, because it was this big. Because I remember the name, because she used to call out the name, Shower Posse, you know, and but I wasn't into, the guys like she was. I dated regular guys. She dated a lot of drug dealers and stuff. So, and but listen, like I said, I'm not judging on anything like that. But for me, if you're gonna date a guy who's doing stuff like that, you're supposed to be getting something out of it. You're supposed to be getting some money, especially if you're calling him your man. You're supposed to get some money. You're supposed to be looking good, some gas for your car, some food in your house. Nothing, 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 nothing. They was giving her nothing. So I'm like, why are you claiming these guys? Why do I want to date them and be broke? The main reason for you to date guys like that is for you to always have money. I'm not gonna date somebody and they claim that they making it like that, and the first thing the cops do is come look for the girlfriend and the mom. So if I'm his girlfriend and he doing what he doing, he ain't giving me no money. What's the point? So I'm like, I don't want to meet none of your friends. I told her I don't want to meet none of your friends. So it's not what they do. Is that I saw how they was treating her. So anyway, I found out who it was because I was watching a video on YouTube, like I said, and I found out the father got the father died in a fire accident because he was in jail at that time. The son, tried to put a wig on to come to the United States, whatever, because he didn't want to go to prison in Jamaica. Big shootout in Tivoli Gardens. They had Tivoli Gardens on lockdown. You understand? And I was reading this. I'm like, oh really? Yeah. And yeah, big shootout. A lot of people got killed. He got killed. The father got killed. Well, I don't know. I can't remember. All I know from the video I saw on YouTube, the father, I think, got killed in jail. He got burnt up in his cell. And the son was trying to get, they wanted the son to be extradited, but he didn't want to or whatever. And something was going on. The cops was bargaining or whatever. But anyway, he hopped on a plane to go somewhere, I think to come to New York or whatever. And but he dressed up as a woman in a wig and whatever. But yeah, look up the Shower Posse on YouTube. Big gunfight between police and the gangs. They from Tivoli Gardens. And the cops and the army and stuff didn't really go there, but they was looking for the thing because they was killing everybody all over the place. They was coming to they came, and then I started looking at thing. They would go to each state, kill the guys who have already been there, took over their spot. Yeah, back in the 80s and 90s, oh my God, it was terrible. People taking over spot, trying to take over spot like that, and they was infamous for doing that. You understand? They would go from state to state, um, taking people's stuff over and claiming it. Running out the the other thing. What's his name? Pierre told the story about the Shower Posse. The comedian Pierre. He said that he got shot like 3, 4 times at one incident. Yeah, he said the Shower Posse shot him about 3, 4 times, but he lived to tell his story. He said he was hanging out with his friends at the wrong time, wrong place, and Shower Posse came to his hood. I forgot which hood it was, what state, and they wanted the spot, and he was talking to his friends in them at the time, and they started shooting up. They started shooting up, and he was there, like talking to his friends, and he got caught up in that shootout, you know. But yeah, so he lived to tell, and I lived to tell. Yeah, I never told that story um to anyone. You understand? Because I don't want stuff like that to overtake me. I don't, because I could have went into a big depression, and I didn't want to. You understand? But yeah, I don't know what happened to the mom and the sister, but I know the father got burnt up in jail, and the son dressed up as a woman trying to get away. He got caught. So I don't know if he's in jail, still alive, or got out of jail. I don't know what happened. I think I saw it, but I can't remember. Maybe it's my subconscious. Don't want to remember. You understand? But yeah. So I was saying, you think sometimes you think this is not thinking. Sometimes you think people is your friends, and they're not your friends, because that same Vanessa, um, I was going with this guy named Brian, and remember I told you that her boyfriend wasn't treating her good. So I was going this guy named Brian. He wasn't Jamaican. He was from Guyana, and Brian was treating me real good. Brian was treating me real good, and so good that he was paying my rent. But he told me not to tell nobody. He said, "Don't tell anybody that what's going on between you and I." So I said, "No problem." You know, I guess he knew, jealousy would set in or whatever the case may be. But he said, whatever happens between you and I, keep it between you and I. And I said, okay, no problem. So he started paying my rent. He said he's not paying my phone bill because he don't know who I'm calling. Because I guess he had bad experience from his baby mother, because him and his baby mother broke up a while back. And yeah, he told me, he said, okay, whatever. Me and him dated a while before he started doing that. We dated a while. So he didn't just meet me and started paying my rent. No. We this thing keep going off. You know, we dated a while, and then he started um, paying my rent and stuff like that. But one thing about him is that he used to come pick me up every day on his day off. When it was his day off, it was my day because he worked 6 days. You understand? So when it was his day off, because he was a mechanic, when it was his day off, he would spend that day with me. He would go get his hair cut and do whatever, go to the cleaners, the dry cleaners, or whatever, guys do, on a Saturday or, and he did it. And then he would come spend the time with me and come pick me up from work or whatever, depending on. And then he would also, because like I said, me and Vanessa worked together, so he would take her home or whatever, because he told her and he told me, he said, I'm not trying to be rude, but it's my day off, my only day off. I would just like to spend it with my girl. So he would drop her off to wherever she wanted to go, and he would take me to wherever he wanted to take me or wherever I wanted to go that day. And I found that so nice, because it's rare when a man shows you that much respect and attention. And I'm not saying he did it once or twice. He did it every day off. Every day off. I was working, and what he did was do whatever he had to do while I was working. And by the time I'm ready to leave work, he'd be right downstairs to pick me up, you know. So I didn't know that anybody I didn't know my friend was jealous of me. I thought she was happy for me. But like I said, he told me not to say anything. You understand? Because I loved her like a sister. You understand? And I still love her. It's just that, when you find out things about people, you just, you have to go your own separate ways. You have to face reality. You're their friend and they're not yours. You understand? So anyway, I never told her that he was paying my rent because he asked me not to say anything to anybody. So I said, oh, okay, no problem. But what happened was, his friend wanted to talk to Vanessa. And remember, I told you Vanessa didn't want to talk to his friend. So his friend thought that if he tells Vanessa all the stuff that I'm not telling her, then he could, ease his way in to be her girl, her man. But anyway, since that's his best friend, I'm sure he knew everything about my boyfriend. So he went in and told my friend Vanessa everything about my boyfriend. And then I guess all three of them had a conversation one day or whatever. I don't know how that happened. The next thing I know, he's calling me, telling me to meet him outside. I went by the door. I told him come in. He said he's not coming in to my house ever again. And one thing about Brian, when he says something, he means it. And he stood at the door and started asking me questions. He said, "Why did you?" He said, "Why did you tell Vanessa such and such and such and such?" I'm like, "No, I didn't." And while he was asking me a question, his friend came downstairs because I was in the basement. So his friend came walking downstairs, and he stopped behind Brian, my boyfriend, and was listening to us argue. And do you know that he never told Brian it was him that told Vanessa everything that was transpiring in his life? You understand? He never told her that. So me and Vanessa started arguing because Brian told me he's never coming back here again. It's over. So when a guy tells you that, you figure, okay, he's gonna go home, calm down, then we have a real serious. No, like I said, when he says something, he means it. And that was it. He left me. We broke up. I lost a best friend and I lost a best man that day. So anyway, Vanessa and I started talking, and then we started cussing each other out on the phone or whatever the case may be. And she told me, she said, "Yeah, I told Brian that you told me." I said, "Why did you lie?" I said, "Why didn't you just tell him his friend told him?" He said because if I say that, his friend won't tell me all the juicy stuff anymore. So I'm like, okay. I said I never want to talk to you again. And that day I stopped talking to her. I mean, 10 years later after that, we saw each other and then we started talking, but it was never the same. So then eventually we just parted. I loved her as a sister. I love her son and everything. Even though that happened, I don't have any animosity towards her, but, I really thought she was the one friend that I had that wasn't jealous of me or didn't like me on the low or whatever. Me and my other friend, we don't hang out that much with each other for us to really think, or we know we like each other. So, but we don't, we talk, but we don't really hang that tough. You understand? We always meet each other in a club or whatever the case. But we're good friends, but we don't hang out like that. We did our little stint with hanging out each other, and me and her best friend and her best friend's sister, me and her best friend's sister clicked. So Andrea, so me and Andrea started hanging out while Donna and Andrea's sister was hanging out. Jamaicans, all of them. So sometimes when you hear me talking bad about Jamaicans, they understand. It's just that I had so much bad experience with Jamaican women, I just can't understand. So anyway, so me and Donna was friends. Donna was best friend with Andrea's sister, and then Donna invited me to go with her, asked me to go with her over to see her friend. For some reason, I forgot. Then me and her sister Andrea clicked. So that's how we all started hanging out. Donna and her her best friend and me and Andrea, because me and Andrea became close. And that's it. And they had other sisters. One of the other sisters lived, I can't remember where. But me and Andrea was mad close. So, and even I can't remember what they look like, but I think they moved too by now. Because what happened, his sister got pregnant and got sick or whatever. And I used to tell her because they were such close friends, I think they got pregnant at the same time. So since I'm Donna's friend, I used to tell her sister, take care of Donna, because Donna had problems, conceiving at first, So I was telling her best friend, take care of my friend now, make sure that baby's okay, blah 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 blah. But lo and behold, it was her that needed to be watched over because um while giving birth she got sick. She didn't die or nothing, she just got sick. And up to this day she's still sick, you know. So that left it for Andrea and her other sister to start taking care of her. Yeah, she got really sick that she couldn't even take care of herself. So I forgot if she had a boy or a girl, you know. And in a way, I felt a little guilty because I didn't know that she was sick. Because I always used to tell her, take care of my friend Donna now, take care of my friend Donna. But I wasn't close to her. So she wouldn't tell me, well, I also had problems. I knew nothing, and Andrea didn't tell me anything about her sister. So I never knew that she also was having problem conceiving. So all I knew is my friend Donna was having problems. So I was worried about her, but her kids turned out fine. Donna's kids turned out fine. But Andrea, her child turned out fine, but she got sick to the point that she couldn't no longer take care of herself. And my friend Andrea, which is her sister, and her other sister had to take over her health thing. Yeah, sometimes having kids is not as easy as everybody think it is. But anyway, the story is two things. She introduced me to this guy who, did what he did, and then she broke up with one of the best boyfriends I ever had. I saw him one time after that. I was walking down Flatbush Avenue, and he was in a car. I think I was coming out the store, and he was sitting in a car, just parked up. He was just sitting in a car parked up, and I turned around, and I think something went off or somebody honked a horn or something. And I turned around to see who honked the horn. I don't think it was him. I think it was, probably from the street or whatever. And I saw it was him. And I said, "Oh, hi, Brian." And he wouldn't even, first of all, he wouldn't even look in my direction. And he wouldn't talk to me. He never spoke to me again. And I was sad because I got blamed for something that I didn't do and lost the best thing that ever happened to me. But, so it's life. You know, I understood why he did what he did because he wanted someone he can trust. And come to think about it, I think his friend is related to my neighbors. So they've been stalking me a long time. Or from the same country. So, yeah, one of my neighbors. So, when you think somebody is your friend, it's not really your friend. You're not really a friend. So, have a nice day. But anyway, like I said, I don't know. I know the father died. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, I can't remember. So for all you people who is part of the Shower Posse clique, and if you are indeed part of the people that's stalking me, yes, your leader, you know, he violated me and they family. So stop coming after me because they didn't tell you the whole story. You understand? And or the family members or whatever the case may be, the family members knew because they the one that locked me in the house and didn't want to tell me what borough I was in, but I didn't know. I didn't even know that was who did it. Like I said, I just found out when I moved over here. And I was watching YouTube and I said, "Oh, that guy looked familiar." Because I wasn't into stuff like that. The most I did was listen to Jamaican music, ate Jamaican food and stuff like that. I wasn't really interested, you know? And but I just wanted you to know that story because it just came to mind the other day. Because I think somebody asked me something in their lives and I said, "Let me just share." Because I never told this story before. Because when things like that happen to you as a woman or a man, because it happens to men too, you tend to want to forget it. Because things like that can do one or two things for you. You can get real loose or you can get real coveted. You understand? Yeah, because it's very demeaning and everything. So, nobody's protecting you. So you become a loose woman and or you just come protected, whatever. So that's why you see I'm the way I am sometimes, being so mad, protective of myself and whatever. Yeah, because I had to deal with a lot of bullies and all that for nonsense. Anyway, thanks for coming to the watching me. Have a great day. Bye. Yeah, I didn't know. I was Pierre, the comedian, the Haitian comedian. Well, he has a Haitian name, so I'm just assuming he's French. He said he had a run in with them. Oh, bye.